Hi everyone. Today we are having a little side view of things. I am a bit conscious of time today, so I will dive right in. Week 8 was recovering a sense of strength, and it's been quite handpicked for my situation. My situation is I am a struggling artist. I have all these ideas, all this desire to do things and create things, but I am lacking the opportunities and the financial help to create exactly the art that I want to create. So this week was quite intense. She talks about survival, and all artists must learn the art of surviving loss. Basically, especially as an actor, we just get rejected all the time. But also as a singer, you know, the amount of festivals, slots, and just like music performances and even grants that I've applied to over the years, and the amount of no's that I received would probably make anyone else stop and just sort of do something else. And I've also considered that. But I'm sort of stuck in this eternal limbo where nothing else in my life gives me meaning. Nothing else gives me that feeling. Can you see it? What I've done. Nothing else gives me that, like, there I am, feeling self-conscious. Hello, self-consciousness. We accept it, we bring you forward. It's okay, I've addressed it. Yeah, so basically I'm in this limbo, just sort of like nothing else matters, but this thing that really matters to me is causing me so much pain. So I don't really have an answer to that. Recently, I've sort of went over a very significant epiphany and discovery, which was a lot of the illusions that I had in terms of like wanting to travel the world and buy beautiful clothes and just spend on makeup and things like that are still very present to me. I love beautiful things. But it was like I just sort of really saw for the first time that if I did have all of those things, like millions and millions, but no art, I would feel so empty. My friend called me. Lol. So that was a real big epiphany for me. Like, okay, even if nothing is working right now, or it's not working the way that you want it to, know that you will always have this drive. You will always have, no matter what age you are, no matter how much money you have, you will always want to create. And that has been my lighthouse, my compass in life, because I tell you, there have been moments where, just wanted to give up with life, with music, with acting, with everything. But I keep coming back. And when I do like apply to like full-time jobs as a translator or anything that would provide some sort of financial help and financial stability, then the universe just doesn't let it happen. I am qualified. I could potentially get those jobs, but I never hear back. And I have taken that as a sign that that is not what will bring me happiness. Anyway, Julia says, we must remember that our artist is a child, and that what we can handle intellectually far outstrips what we can handle emotionally. Basically, she's saying you need to mourn the losses. Like, be kind to yourself. When you receive those no's, it fucking hurts, and that's okay. It's okay to say it, because there's a lot of like, I don't care, I'm fine, whatever. But actually, it's horrendous when you've put your heart into something and you know you can do it, but then it just doesn't happen. Anyway, then she talks about the ivory power, which is a chapter sort of like within itself. And it's something that I've always kind of thought. Basically, music teachers and acting teachers tend to be quite brutal sometimes with artists because they are kind of failed artists. Not because of anything, but because they decided they are. And it's the same with high school teachers. You know, they were so angry and frustrated with us and you could like so frustrated, so emotionally unstable, and then you sort of wonder, maybe it's because they're really unhappy and dissatisfied with this job. They don't teach out of their calling. It's not their vocation. It's more, this is all I think I'm worthy of, right? And you can sense that frustration, sometimes very loudly. She says this: most academics know how to take something apart, but not how to assemble it. Isn't that interesting? I also wrote stuff about my ex, but I will not be going there right now. There's this beautiful quote by Claude Bernard: man can learn nothing except by going from the known to the unknown. So the only way to learn something is to dive into the unknown. And then I wrote, my whole fucking life. Literally, this is how I've lived my whole life. Constantly towards the unknown. And recently it's been tougher than ever, I guess, but it's because I'm at the end of my 20s and, you know, early 30s. And like that sort of bracket is very like, oh, I've done loads of life. And now my resilience is different. Sometimes it's weaker. But there's also this beautiful image. I don't know who said it, but to go from East Coast to West Coast, you only need to see like 200 meters ahead of you with the lights of your car. You don't need to see the whole road. And once you accept it, life does get a little bit easier, I have found. Then she talks about gain disguised as loss. Basically, when you go through a loss, like we don't want you to perform at that event. What's the gain that you can get from there? What is something that you can learn, something that you can take from that experience? I don't know, it's easier said than done, but I really do at the end of the day think that everything is meant. And so, yeah, I'm gonna try and start doing that a bit more. Like, for example, my producer is taking an extra week to send me back the first draft. And before I would have been really upset and angry and like, oh, but why? Like, there's no time. And now this time I was very like, you know what? It's supposed to be like this. I trust that he knows how important this is for me. And I want to give him empathy and compassion because he's probably going through something. And yeah, like living life like that is easier, I guess. That is what I want. An easier life. Thank you. Yeah. She also talks about this filling the form, which is interesting. You know, not seeing art as this like full-time job. I need to be at Milan Fashion Week and perform in front of all the models and the famous people. But it's like, okay, you can get there, but now what is the part-time role in that artist job? Is it like rehearsing? Is it writing new songs? Is it contacting, going to a networking event? Basically, don't aim too high without any room for the smaller steps. You know, she says this, and many artists keep saying this. It's never an overnight thing. It's always small steps, and those I've taken quite a lot, and I'm going to keep taking them. Yeah. Also, she has this beautiful image, powerful, which she says, in a creative career, thinking about the odds is a drink of emotional poison. Like, being in that mindset will hurt you because there are no odds in the creative career, right? It's all about following a compass that no one else sees. You're the pioneer of your own trail, your own path. And it's tough. It's not easy. But here I am, right? Yeah. Moving forward with strength and happiness in our hearts. So what else? Loads of exercises this week about goals. I've done loads of this stuff think last year, where it's like, okay, you've got a goal. When will you know that you've reached that goal? For example, I want to tour my music as a musician. It's what I want. How will I know when I'll have achieved it? When I will have achieved it? And I will know when I'll see the sort of paper that will say you've got all of these sold out nights. How many? 10. And then from there you go, okay, so this is the sign that will tell you you've done it, you've accomplished this dream. Now, what is it that you can do in the next 5 years to get there? And then 1 month, and then 1 week. And there's so much that I've written down. I've got this project, this EP. It is very clear, it's very powerful, and the songs are great. And it's like, okay, I had written a timeline, and I was supposed to have released a single already in January, but I didn't because I was ill, I was sad, I was poor. Oh. But it's true. And so I couldn't, and I have to like postpone everything, but that gave me more time to like figure out what I wanted to do, and how I wanted to do it. So it's there, it's brimming, it's boiling in the pan, in the pot, but I don't know when. Yeah, so there's loads of that, you know, loads of these dreams, and you know, which music videos to shoot, how to invest, where to invest. Is it going to be music videos? Is it going to be marketing? Is it going to be an influencer campaign? There really is no answer, and I'm just going to try as much as I can to let the music guide me. That is all I can do right now in my life. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit ill. I had plans and I had to cancel them because I'm like, whoa, I'm not feeling well. Then something really interesting that I want to share with you is the style search. Basically, she says, what are 20 things that you like to do? And then I wrote them down. I did this before a few weeks ago with The Artist Way, but now she's asking us to be even more specific. Like, does it cost money? How cheap? How expensive? Is it alone or with somebody? How job related is it? And how fast paced or slow it is? And then once you've got this sort of like painting of sorts, she says, write down an ideal day scenario where you basically do things that you are capable of doing at the moment. And then she talks about writing down something similar, but it's called the ideal day. And that is the perfect day where money is not a problem, company is not a problem, and nothing is a problem, right? And so I had done that. I actually had recorded, I think this was in August, I had recorded a meditation with my voice, sort of like an ASMR kind of meditation, where I was literally like describing the perfect day for me. And I might share a bit of this with you. Like in the meditation, I say that, you know, I wake up in this wonderful bedroom and it's my house, I've purchased it. And my partner, husband, is next to me and he's asleep, and the sun is coming in the window and there's so much silence outside. It's a beautiful, beautiful blue day. Blue day? The sky is blue. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's a blue day. Then I go downstairs and I make breakfast for us, and you know, the food is super expensive and delicious and super, we say ricercato in Italian. And then I'm driving my own car and I'm meeting the girls for brunch, and then I'm in the studio, and in the evening I am hosting a dinner party. I love hosting parties, I always have, but it's proven to be quite hard being so nomadic in the last few years. And so having my house and just having beautiful artists and my friends and just a wonderful spread of alcohol and music, that to me is like the perfect day. And then when everyone else is gone, one of my close friends is taking the third bedroom upstairs, and then me and my partner are outside in the garden just commenting on everything. yeah, that is the ideal day. I recommend you do that as well. Record your own perfect ideal day, but as a meditation. Yeah, I think that is everything. It is. Oh yeah, one last thing. She says something about writing a color scheme. So what is your favorite color? And then write a little paragraph as if you are that color. And one of my favorite colors, as you may have gathered, is red. And so I was like, I am red. What else did I say? I am glamour. I am elegance. I am a lipstick. I am lust. I am pure feminine energy with a dash of strong masculine. I am blood. I am rage. I am menstruation. I am royalty. I am rubies, and I am precious materials. Yeah. So that's it. This was week 8. I can't believe I've done 2 months basically of this. It's, I don't know. What does it mean? I will probably find out later on in my life, looking back. But thank you for watching.